Yoink. Talavin.
Yeah.
You can make a perception check for your watch.
I got my wings, but it still took forever. 10.
We're gonna get eat by more horse. You're gonna wake up and we're all gonna be tied up again.
You spend some time looking left, looking right, but after seeing Talal so distressed, your mind is a little bit preoccupied. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything for the duration of your watch. But their attention is slightly elsewhere. And your companion. You do anything for your watch?
I'm gonna say I'm probably still like every once in a while, just like I'm like kind of like looking at the moon and just kind of like thinking over like just stuff and probably when I'm so distracted because I'm like thinking of ways that I could like try to help Talal, but like I really don't know anything to like help him heal. So I'm just kind of like shit, don't know what to do. So just thinking about the things. I'll use that intelligence. It's not really there. Yeah.
After a while, you hear not a snore, but just calm breathing, calm deep breathing.
That's okay.
Eventually, your cousin comes to consciousness.
It's Zoom's watch next.
It's Zoom's watch that you would go over and you shake his shoulder. He nod and he gets up and
Before I do that, I like made like a little cup of tea for him.
he looks at you, smiles,
And then
looks and
I'll look with them because it's too much. I'm be like, I didn't see anything. And I'm gonna be like, but that was a little preoccupied, so
I'll be extra vigilant. He looks over, all of a sudden doesn't see Talal.
and I'm just gonna point to my shoulder. He was having a bad dream.
No, he'll be alright.
With time.
This is still very strange that you can hear me. You can see him kind of like hide kind of behind the cup just a little bit.
I'm gonna. Is he like kind of like? Am I kind of just like kind of like kneeling in front of him? A little bit?
Yeah. You're
I'm just gonna kind of chuckle and just like
him.
ruffle his hair and like start walking towards my horse.
You don't hear it, but you kind of get this overwhelming emotional feeling of this just hot blush.
It's not broken, okay? It's not broken, but I'm not looking at him.
It's not broken.
It's not broken.
It's not broken.
I'm gonna like, Warrior's still sleeping, he's laying down, and I'm just gonna like...
You fade back into unconsciousness.
Yeah.
But no dream takes you.
Ooh. I'd rather be electrocuted than that.
You all get a full night's rest, so no exhaustion, all of your hit points are restored, any spell slots, and you get your hit dice back if you spent any.
Yes, that was just me.
The two sons, Herdarius and Una, both rise in the sky. It's early in the morning. All of you break into consciousness. Zoom actually is kind of stoking up the fire.
I thought you were about to say he's asleep. I was like, damn.
No.
It's like, damn, son.
He's not asleep. No, he's stoking the fire. It looks like he's already tried to bolster the nearby area. You did indicate to him where the alarm was, right? He set up a couple of snares nearby, and he actually managed to catch one rabbit.
Oh no, that was the bunny.
Wait a second.
It was.
We still have those. Unless the orcs ate it. The orc ate it. Or they gave it to the manticore. Technically, we still had those 2 dried rabbits that we never did anything with. Because remember they caught 5,
Mm-hmm.
and we cooked 3 of them,
Oh.
and we saved 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We can still sleep first.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So now we have 3.
Mm-hmm. You all have the 3 rabbits.
So that's
You
6
skin.
rabbit pelts, just saying.
Good to keep track.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
I forgot to mention
It wasn't the same rabbit, by the way. As you look at it, you're like, it's not the same.
I was gonna have a conversation with that rabbit if it was
Oh.
gonna be nice.
Ouch.
But no.
No, it's a different rabbit.
Yeah. Come to think of it, Nora should be a vegetarian. As she's eating me, she's like, from now on,
Yeah, right.
I'll be a vegetarian.
Where are you gonna get that? All we have is boar meat.
As soon as we get out of this swamp. That's like my New Year's resolution. Like, I like talking to animals.
I'm gonna like help him prepare it, and, like with some herbs and stuff, and make some tea with what I have left.
You're starting to run low on some of your various supplies. The tea is more warm water than full flavor.
A little flavor.
There's still flavor, but it's not as vibrant as you would have liked.
I mean, technically, I could grow mint.
Technically, you can grow all of the herbs that I eat.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like my little personal, like, what's that called? Greenhouse.
Oh.
Yes.
I could be a greenhouse.
I might ask you to grow some peppers so this thing doesn't taste like water. Can you do that for me?
You take a moment and you curl in your finger, and you do manage to produce some small mint leaves.
Because it's like it's not a spore type plant.
It's a stalk.
It's like the. Yeah, I mean, it
It's a
goes
stalk.
up, but
Just
it
a
has
tiny-
like.
If you create like one plant, then that's enough for like a couple days, maybe. Like
Probably.
a day or 2.
Yeah.
Enough to get there.
Tea is definitely better. You'll gather up all of your things and head out for your next day of travel.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a constitution saving throw and a survival check.
Does it count? Oh, she counted.
An unnatural 20 for Constitution.
Alright.
And a 8. 8 for survival.
6 constitution and 14 survival.
You are not plunging into many of the puddles like your cousin. There are a couple times where your foot slips or you're trying to make sure that Warrior's okay. And kind of staying near his rear, there are a couple times where his left leg kind of dips into one of the pools or kind of nearby soft ground, and you hurriedly go over and unintentionally end up stepping into it yourself, which, yeah, he's fine, but your boot gets a little bit soaked. It's not as pleasant. And you continue on your travel.
I'm just.
You get a little
tired.
bit winded. You almost feel a little bit of an ache on your back.
Mm-hmm.
You realize you haven't put on that salve on. You kind of feel as you had stretched that morning, there was a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of.
Whoops. Okay. If we stop for a break, I'm gonna put some on.
You do in the afternoon.
I'll help
You
you.
take a little bit of break, and
I'll put some.
yeah, you've got a little bit of cracking-ish, just dry skin around the area. Mostly because you've been in kind of muddy terrain. Not the healthiest of conditions.
Need the bath.
Mm.
There's probably blood in my hair.
You got most of it out, but you probably have a few crusties behind your ear. You'll do anything during the afternoon?
I'm just reflecting on the dream. Actually, if we, how close are we going to stop to the camp?
You will still have the next afternoon of travel.
We have the next afternoon. Okay. So we stop in this probably.
So, like, have we ever seen any, like, deer around here?
You've seen some deer.
For, like, the next, little while when we're traveling, I want to look out for a deer that I can try to kill.
Okay.
I have a crossbow. Is
make-
that going to be enough to kill it
Probably.
in one shot?
Eldritch blast. Gotcha.
Hey, disintegrates.
Oh, oops.
Okay, Okay, make a perception check. Because you're glancing about, keeping an eye.
25.
25? Nice. You all are trekking along, and you've just stepped in your 5th puddle after the afternoon. I'm kind of frustrated. You sit on one of the nearby logs and take your boot and kind of pour it out. Everyone's going at a moderate, normal pace. You all aren't slowed. You just take half a moment, pour it out of your boot, and shove your foot back in. And out of the corner of your left eye, heading back, you see a doe.
Do I see a fawn? Because if there's a baby, it's not happening.
With that perception check, no, you don't.
It's 25. I don't see one.
You don't see it. It looks a little bit scrawny.
Can we just kill a crocodile?
I don't want to eat the crocodile.
I'd rather eat a big doe-eyed doe.
I'm not worried about eating dough. I just don't want it to have a baby.
You don't see a baby.
Just because I don't see one doesn't mean there's not one. I'm gonna be like, oh my god. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Do I see any rabbits? Anything else? I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'll say with that perception check, you look and for a brief moment you make eye contact and you're like,
If it was a buck, he'd be dead. But it's a doe. I can't do it.
mm-hmm. Get it and stomp along. And you hear the deer run off into the rest of the swamps.
You're fucking lucky.
After about another hour or so, as you're still looking around, you hear something else over to your right. And you stop and you're like, it better not be a doe. And you look over, and there are a couple little bunnies.
Not the bunnies.
It's so hard to kill animals.
They're sniffing each
So
other's
cute,
nose, and they're kind
it's
of bouncing around.
Like, they're happy.
I'm starving. We don't eat, but I don't want to eat any of these things unless they're already dead and I didn't kill them. Oh my god!
You see one of them stop and it raises its head, its ears.
Its little nose wiggle.
I did
You just see the little nose.
No! I throw my crossbow at you. Get out of here! Oh, I don't know. Can I get both of them? I can probably only get one. Then I'm gonna kill its friend in front of it. No, I'm gonna
I'd rather-
stomp up and just fucking be angry the rest of the day because I can't kill a damn rabbit. She had to put 2 of them there.
As you're walking away and look behind you, you do see there's a little rabbit den.
They have babies. They have babies.
It's early spring.
I don't care.
What are you doing?
Spring the link.
I'm trying to eat. That's what I'm trying to do.
Then go back and get them.
No.
Don't you want little bunnies to take care of and to love?
No, because I will lose the bunnies.
Yeah.
The bunnies will be gone. They're better off
With their mom and dad. Look, they got their mom and dad. I didn't kill either one of their parents. They'll be fine. I stomp off. Stupid animals.
There is one point. As you all are going by, you see Zoom kind of point, and he leads you all around one area. And as you go, you see there's a turtle.
But I like turtles.
I'm not gonna
Just
one. Is it Is it a snapping turtle?
No, it's just a big turtle.
Hello.
Why are you giving me all the cute ones? You can't give me a snapping turtle. Come on.
This area is a little
gonna
bit
kick
drier
it.
than the others. Kick the turtle.
No. I'm gonna kick the ground in front of it. Just keep walking.
Its head.
Oh.
You're lucky.
Watching.
Because I'm in the back, so I'm just watching her have all these conniptions.
The turtle's walking by.
I'm so fucking sick of dried boar meat.
You wouldn't have seen any travelers other than us, did you?
Like you? You see his eyes squint as he looks up at you.
Ones who walk on two legs.
Come to think of it, I might have. It's a few days ago.
Have you been traveling in the same direction during those days?
Sure. Wherever this is.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many there were?
Stop. There were less than you. There's only 2 or 3 going. They didn't have that big thing. You see his eyes look over a warrior.
Oh, he's friendly. Thank you. It's really solemn.
He keeps going.
Okay, that's fine. Bye.
Bye.
It's Talavin's like kicking rocks and stuff.
How are you?
Dino, die.
Okay, I'm good.
We'll continue the majority rest of your day. As the suns begin to set. Zoom begins making camp, finding a nice place over to the side, shoving in different branches and leaves, kind of weaving in and out.
I asked
making
Nora to
sure
make
it's-
some more peppermint while I start the fire and make some water and eat some more fucking boar meat. I'm like ripping it out. I'm like, that's perfect.
That's bored. Bored of bored. You're bored of bored.
7 psychic damage. I couldn't accept that one.
Bored of bored. Okay.
Zoom goes away for a while, and he does leave Talal back at the camp.
Alright, we're just.
I'm just kind of stomping around like I'm attacking warrior and like cleaning him all off. And I'm just kind of like stomping around gathering firewood because I'm just mad.
Let's see if. Well, no, never mind.
After about an hour or so, Zoom comes back. He starts getting at that point where you all are getting worried. You remember last time.
Not gonna
We
freak
took
out.
a moment and
I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna freak out.
he
I probably don't know this. I'm too mad.
he does come back and he does have a doe slung over his shoulder. He lays it on the ground.
I kind of just stop and I'm staring at it and I'm just like,
It's not the same one from earlier.
I could have just killed that one earlier.
Yeah, he looks confused.
I'm just gonna kind of just, I'm gonna link with him. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just having a bad day.
Bad day? What for? Is it something I've done? Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Oh,
It wasn't
oh,
you. I was just stepping in puddles all day and I couldn't kill any of the animals because I just kept thinking about their families. I don't know. I was just being super pathetic and I just having a bad day. It was just a day. I just needed to go to sleep and forget about it. But thank you for, I didn't want to eat more meat.
You got some in your teeth. I'm sorry. You had a bad day.
It's not your fault.
It's,
Just
I can't make this better, but I can slice it up and do what I can.
I'll help you. I'm gonna help him.
Help him clean.
I'm gonna take the hide away and like take it real good and lay it out to dry.
Mm. You all roast the venison over the fire. It smells
Anything that we don't
wonderful.
use, I'm gonna like try to like dry out as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. Mm. It's probably more likely to chill and freeze
That's fine.
in the evening air.
That's a form of preservation. Yeah.
Frozen.
After you guys eat, Talal actually stands and tries to get your all's attention.
I never said that broke contact was FYI.
I know you didn't, and I'm keeping this in mind.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know if I ever said, but thank you. I mean, you know, I've definitely gone above and beyond what it was that I asked. And you don't have to do any of this, and you are. It's reassuring. Thank you. We're going to be arriving tomorrow, and I don't know what we're going to find. I hope that everything is alright. If it's not, I don't know. But should everything be alright, there are some safeguards you all should be aware of. One of them being a protective spell in the area.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause for a second. Well, I'm gonna like raise up my hand for a second, and I'm just gonna link with fuck. I'm gonna say out loud.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna be like, should we be talking about this out loud just in case?
You say it out loud.
I say that out loud as I'm looking at Talal.
He doesn't know about the mind connection thing.
What do you mean?
Well, she said it out loud.
I said that out loud to Talal.
Well, he doesn't know that you can talk to people in his mind, so he kind of gives you this look.
What? No, I said, should we be talking about this?
You have. Yeah, you have.
I've connected with him,
You've linked with him before, yeah.
but I didn't link with him.
Right.
I said I Yeah, no, it wasn't all.
Make sure it's loud.
It doesn't matter.
Looks like I don't want to have the city's defenses go down. I don't want to have the village's defenses go down. But if it's necessary. The other matter is if the barrier is triggered, the guards could come.
So maybe we could trigger one of them and they would come out to us so that we don't.
Possibly. That
And
is
then
a
they could lead
possibility.
us?
If everyone is fine and they're not in duress, they will most likely send out some kind of scouting party or patrol.
So they don't have regular patrols that we could intercept in some way.
If I remember correctly, they didn't have regular patrols. They have them on the innermost barrier, but not further out.
So if we could get to the third barrier,
Yes,
we might be able to intercept a patrol
most likely.
without triggering it.
Without triggering it, yes. Most likely.
Okay, DM.
Yes.
When I'm in my blood maledict, I think that's what this means because it said like option and like over here and it's like not really connected. It says that I have an advantage in wisdom, survival, intelligence checks when I'm tracking Fae, Fiend, or Undead. That would include, if we got close enough, could I maybe see if I can track one in the area, get close enough without getting too close?
Tracking would be trying to find signs of, based on what he's saying, is that people, the Fae, the sprites, aren't actually going outside of these particular barriers, so it would be difficult to try and discern. It's not impossible, but it would be difficult. Usually whenever you're tracking something, you have a trail or some indication that something was there and it went off in a direction.
Alright. I gotta ask, 'cause I have to try something. I don't want to get hit by a giant fireball.
Yeah, no, that would not be good.
I'll convey. Okay, so is this everything, or what else? Okay, continue.
The
No,
other
continue.
portion, if everything is fine, if I'm running on every potential going wrong, but if everything is fine, and this is not what a sigil was initially intended for, then they are unaware of everything that's going on. If they've already been alerted, then it could be that the barriers have already been taken down and that they've already migrated, they've already moved.
That should almost be
But
good
if
for
but
kind
if
of
the
bad.
if the sigil doesn't lead here, then it led somewhere else, and possibly someone else knows, and maybe they are getting the information. If none of that works, we'll have to talk to someone of authority, one of the council members or the leader. I know she kind of indicates with his eyes over to your cousin Nora. I know she can speak native tongue,
Yeah, I can't. I don't think.
but they're going to see 3 very large entities coming forward, and it might not matter what I say.
Would it be better?
They might see it as some kind of pact. They might think I've been captured. They might think any number of things. And you all naturally could be in danger simply because you're nearby.
What if only one of us went with you? I mean, Nora speaks.
Potentially the same thing,
The best option.
but
I mean,
that would be less intimidating. I mean no disrespect or anything.
I
I
mean,
owe you.
it do what it
I owe
do.
you my life. All of you, many times over at this point. But to us folk, you are rather intimidating. Even if you're being kind.
It do what it do. Okay. I'll be like, well, I'll converse with Nora further.
Nods.
I'll converse with her first. So skip all of that to the very end part about maybe trying to just one per one of us. And I was like, you speak their language, you might be the best option. Plus your armor class is a little bit better. You might be able to take that hit. I don't think I would.
I'm willing to help. I can do what I can.
I don't know how many hit points or something motherfucker's going to give you. Do you have a healing potion?
Yeah.
You might want to take that with you.
Yes.
Because if not, I'll give you one.
Yes, I have a healing potion. Okay.
And I'll just like tell her a little bit more. Just be like, I think we travel close enough to where if something happens, maybe we can be in range, but not close enough to where they might come and find us and be more suspicious,
Right. Do the spells affect Talal since he's a bear?
I didn't ask. Hey, I'll ask.
It's like telephone. You tell
Okay,
him that I said.
I'm gonna just ask him do the barriers affect you as well?
No. The way the enchantment was originally inscribed and designed, as far as I can understand, they should not affect me.
Okay.
And at the very least, I know the signs and can indicate whether or not we should continue forward or not.
Okay. Break that and tell that to Nora.
Awesome. The firelight is just kind of illuminating your all's forms as you all silently converse.
So how far between each spell? Like, how far do we have to go? I assume we can just kind of bypass.
Never gonna get old quick.
I get just stuck.
I'm gonna. I guess I haven't even told Zoom yet. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll build
you
it.
have told
I
him.
assume that you
Okay.
you're all conversing, kind of, you're trying to relay all of the information. as
Can
quickly
she
as
do this
possible.
No.
Try.
Yeah, don't know about it yet. Or even if I'll be able to. Anyway. Yeah, so how far is it between each barrier?
Half a mile, a quarter mile. It's meant to, if a larger entity such as a human or something else were to charge directly at the barrier, that we would have a short amount of time to prepare. We can only set our magic so far, and a larger area would certainly arouse suspicion among other travelers in the area.
Makes sense.
We're not the only ones wandering about in these woods. We've been fortunate to not come across any other hunters or swamp folk.
Mm-hmm.
There have been many
Stumble
times where they
upon
have
the
come
wrong
very
people.
close to barriers where I was before.
But no one had ever gotten through before.
They had gotten close, but by that time we had already prepared and had disguised the area properly.
Mm.
Whatever came into the camp that night gave no indication, no warning, which means they were probably able to dispel or find a way
What could
around.
even do that?
Huh?
Like, what could just dispel barriers like that? Does he have any idea what could do that?
I know there are arcane spells that allow you to cancel out magics. Anybody with the high enough arcane ability, with enough
Dude, I
power
bet
to
you that one dude
Could
that went
possibly.
off by himself is like fucking strong AF. And that's why he just kind of runs off by his damn self.
Probably.
I don't
Well,
really
if
want to go
Like
with
they
him.
just have something in can dispel. Hang on, I had another question. Is it possible that they may accuse you of being the information leaker?
that is also equally as possible.
Is there something you could show them or do to to make them believe you? Because they probably won't believe me, regardless.
His form tightens. You can see him look down at kind of the still kind of burns on his arms.
Well,
Listen, for the most part, I mean, but not necessarily trusting folk, but we can tell the others intent.
Okay.
Probably a good thing you're not bringing me. I have like a malicious and so I have to get
You say that?
No.
Alright. So tomorrow.
We should arrive there sometime in the afternoon. We should start seeing some of the barriers.
So probably around 10-ish, me and Zoom will make camp. I
Possibly.
don't want to get too close.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the plan? I'll go with you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll charge right in.
That seems like this. Question.
Answer.
The spell Shatter. Does it make sound?
I think it does. I think it's a thunder sound,
It's
yes.
thunder sound?
Yes, a thunder
Could
sound.
it possibly be heard from like half a mile to a mile away? Maybe?
Possibly?
Maybe?
It's like a
Depends.
2 hour.
I'm trying to think of like some kind of signal that I can give if something goes wrong. Wait a second. What was Phantasmal Force?
You project an image into something else's mind,
Yeah.
and they perceive it to be either a real thing or...
Okay. Okay, never mind then. I thought that I might have some kind of...
I'd have to be a lot closer to hear that, I think. The shatter. 2 hours away is kind of a far away way.
2 hours away?
Because I said me and Zoom would stop at 9. He said you'd be there by noon.
Well, no, he indicated that you would probably stop by the barriers. At the different barriers. When you see the first one, you...
Oh,
It's like
okay. That's fine then.
You shouldn't... We shouldn't leave you hours behind. We should...
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be close enough. We can try it. If they're listening for it, they might be able to hear it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell them that's what I'm gonna do if something goes awry, because I don't have anything else.
Alright.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad we could help. So I guess we're done, like, with the relaying of information mentally. Okay. I want to ask Talal if there's any way to get his wing back. Because I have his wing, but I don't want to be creepy, like, hey,
I got your wing!
look what I got, I've been keeping it from you. I don't want to be like a dread, like, what are you doing? More like
And I feel like
"You
he's
saved
not
it."
feeling like shit right now. Maybe like get some good news if this town is okay.
Okay.
And then be like,
I have your wing.
so that maybe you don't feel like total shit.
As long as there's not like a time limit. But I guess it would have already gone.
Probably expired by now. There wasn't time limit.
Yeah. It's,
Madison's actually over there rolling.
that's why I'm not gonna tell him. Okay, it's fine. I'll just keep it in my book. Anyway, okay.
Who wants the first watch?
Oh, I said alarm. I didn't say it. I didn't say it out loud. The Zoom was gone. We can make alarm.
Whenever you can make it, you cast alarm.
What watch do you want?
I'll take
I'll take all of them.
the second watch. I haven't taken the second watch in a while. Mix it up so
Zoom kind of looks and he'll go,
Alright, fine. I'll take the third one.
nods and he kind of sits back and Talal actually kind of half walks, half jogs over to him.
oh, your buddies. But you unlinked with him.
Technically, he was the last one I talked to, but I mean, you know.
Did you unlink with him?
No. Because he would have been the last one I talked to after I conversed everything to Nora, then I would have just conversed everything to Zoom all at once. And then if he had questions, then I would have told Talel. So technically, no. Do I really want to be creepy? I'm like,
No, you don't want to be creepy. That kind of gets rid of the trust. I guess.
fine, I'll break it. I broke it already.
It's your choice.
No, I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to be creepy. I want to know, but I don't want to be creepy. So if you wouldn't do, and I'll just break it.
That's most of my existence. I'm like, I want to know, but it would be creepy to ask.
Creepy fun.
Creepy. Just creepy. I don't want to be
By
creepy.
the way, Sue, I was like totally just listening in on your personal conversations in your brain. This is what you said. What you mean? It's like, oh.
Yeah, he already let earlier that about Jen, so you all had to, what? Who's this?
Who is that?
Well,
I'm so
I
excited for you to tell me about
Deception
her.
check. Woman, now!
Overacting. It's fine.
And your acting is -3.
I like charisma.
Yeah, my Christmas
And both of you slip into unconsciousness as Zoom and Talal. You already hear as you kind of go over to Warrior and you lay down. You can already hear Talal saying something to Zoom. And so every once in a while he'll nod or shake his head and he'll make a couple of signs. You can try and get an insight if you want, but you know.
Inside.
I can be this now.
Oh, you can.
But I'm asleep because I took second watch.
I took.
No, this is as you all are going to sleep.
I want to see. What did they
I got the
What is
23.
What is Talal saying? I want to know. Look, that's like the reason why I got Nora. I want to know. Guy talk.
Sorry.
Guy talk,
Kind of,
yes. I want to
The
I want to
inside
see
that-
how good Madison's
the
guy
inside-
talk is. Yes,
The inside that you get, because you can't read lips from this far away, but the overall sense
I
is
connect
that
with Nora.
you don't know what
Tell
I
me the guy
You
talk.
don't know, yeah, she didn't tell you that you know what to do.
You will tell me about this, or we're not really friends.
But you don't know that.
Okay, but I'll know. Sophia will know.
The overall gist the vibe that you're kind of getting is that Zoom is trying to be reassuring, but Talal is nervous about something. You can see his wings, and especially his wings stumped. They're fluttering nervously. And there are a couple moments on the crocodile skin pauldron as he's kind of pacing back and forth, and Zoom kind of puts up his hood to look a little bit less conspicuous. He'll pace, and he's like, his arms are dynamic every once in a while, and he'll stop and he'll run his hands through his hair. He just seems a little bit nervous.
What does he say?
In the meantime, you are aware of some of Zoom's inside. Because whenever you all spent time, you kind of picked up on some of his, I guess, domestic signs of the ones that whenever he's trying to convey different thoughts or different emotions, you kind of picked up on some of those things. So it's less of lip reading for Zoom and more for Talal.
I just have to be able to see his mouth.
Yeah. And so as you're laying there, you kind of you squint your elvish eyes and you watch. You see him, or Zoom kind of look like, are you okay? And he says, no, I'm not okay. What if this adult doesn't actually go to this area? There's, what if everybody's already gone? What if everything's already missing? I can't see that again. He starts pacing. You see Zoom kind of tap and kind of fight him. And he shows making good time, he's kind of reassuring him, because you all have been keeping a pretty good pace. I know, but his hand falls to the ring. He's like, there's usually, I don't know if she's safe. And I know the circumstances. You know what the circumstances are. I you can see him pacing back and forth. It shouldn't even be my concern. It shouldn't even be my problem. You can kind of see, like look over like really.
He's like, your problem.
Like, don't give me that. I'm like, sensible, don't give me that. He's like, I already explained the situation to you, and it doesn't.
Now I wish I
matter.
was in Zoom's head. Damn it!
It's been a year. It's been at least a year. I haven't seen her, and maybe everything's changed. Maybe everything's different now. And I mean, they sent me away, and that was under a strange set of circumstances, and even because of all of this, and he's just pacing back and forth. And he makes a couple of more dynamic hand motions. And he's like, like, how are you supposed to tell someone that you love them when they've been away? At one point, he just sits and sort of grabs at the ring, and he says,
Why can't guys be like these
right
right girls?
I can't even fly anymore. And that's a staple in our entire existence.
Technically, DM, wouldn't Zoom know that we found his wing?
He would know.
But it doesn't say anything. I'm just wondering.
You're asleep.
No, I'm just like DM to Sophia DM. I'm just wondering if Zoom knew.
Zoom would know. But yeah, we kind of see him grab at the ring again. He's like, if she left this behind, it was either in total panic or she doesn't care. And I don't know the answer. I can't know the answer until we get there. And I don't want to get there because I can't see all of that again. At which point Zoom kind of reaches over and kind of like cups his hand. And kind of obscuring the face, and you're like, gosh,
That's
and
amazing.
then eventually his hand kind of comes back down. You can see Talavin kind of like at his eye.
Oh my god!
And he, at this point, he actually does kind of look over at Zoom and is like, how would you tell someone that you love them? If
You
haven't-
better
if
be
you haven't
fucking
seen-
awake, Nora, goddammit.
You see Zoom, he kind of looks away bashfully, and he's like, he's scanning as he's listening, he's responding. Stuff as you're still like, just do a little stuff. You see him. He kind of reaches into his pouch and he kind of pulls out some of the herbs, and he pulls out one that's a little flower, and he kind of twirls it for a second.
That's so
He
cute.
tucks it back and he thinks for a second. And he's like, my flowers? I can't grow flowers and it's not spring. It doesn't help me.
I bet Nora she can grow flowers for you.
He kind of gives him this look, and he just kind of, there's this moment where they look at each other and he's like, can't do that either.
Well, I don't know what that look means.
I don't speak man.
I don't speak, man. Is it like the snake should look?
You're not there.
Yeah.
He just kind of gives him this look, and he's like, for all I know, she's engaged to someone else, or any number of things, and she's even alive. You can see his hand kind of goes up again, kind of touches his shoulder, and they kind of go quiet for a while.
Okay. They have such a good relationship. They're so bonded.
They're so trusting of each other. They just tell each other everything.
Yeah.
I want that with
That's nice.
someone. You're the only someone here. You're gonna have to be my trusting person. Love you guys. Hi. My name's Tally. I got trust issues. Hi, Tally. Hi. My intelligence
Eventually, you
is
see
so
him
low.
kind of signal like, get some rest,
Oh,
and he nods, and just kind of slides off of the armor a little bit roughly. Zoom kind of catches him, and he grabs part of his cloak and kind of wraps it up, replacing falls asleep.
That is true bro love right there now.
Oh no.
Bro love. It's
Bro
bro
love.
love.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
You fall into unconsciousness.
What was that?
Alas, there is nothing.
Nothing. That's okay.
That's all.
I have
You
lots of
swear
things
for a
about.
moment there's a warm touch, a warm embrace. You get the sense that you're not alone, even when the darkness takes you, there's still the essence of him remains. Talavin. Your eyes open and you are back by the lake.
I don't want to be there.
Thousands and thousands of stars, the same scenery. Although there is that now little sliver of moonlight. Across the water, to your left, you can see a pair of those silvery blue flaming eyes.
I go over. This is Sophia pouting Talavin, not gonna pout. She's gonna walk over. She's not gonna make eye contact yet, though. She's just gonna kind of be like shifty eyes a little bit.
Looking around, or
Just like not looking at him, but not like. Just kind of like. Like looking right above him, looking like side to side, just a little bit, like just not. I feel uncomfortable with myself.
You walk up to him. He doesn't say anything. His eyes just watching you, his magnificent obsidian woven form. I'm just gonna
He's so cute. I hate it.
You can hear his deep lungs just breathing in and out as he's watching you.
I don't know what to talk about with him. I guess I could tell him. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna just like tell him that like the night before I prayed to Elistrea for like more guidance.
Nods.
And I'm gonna tell him what I said in my prayer, I guess.
Nods again.
And I was like, I saw the moon. There's a moon now. Inside check on that one.
As he's standing there. What's your number?
It's a 1.
Oh!
Plus
You-
my perception is a 7, but
You
it's a
haven't-
1.
You haven't looked up at him. You're almost afraid to.
Aww. I don't know shit. It's okay. I deserve it. I'll take it. I'll put the table closer. There we go. Thank you.
It seems like he's waiting for something.
That's a fucking apology. That's fine. Okay. Don't want to apologize. Don't want to.
But you are sorry.
I am.
It's the frowniest frown I've ever seen. It's a complete Come on.
Okay, fine. Literally, apologies like stick in my throat to the point where I can't even fake them.
Oh.
Like this is Sophia, not Delvin. It's all like vomit. I'm like, Talavin's gonna like look up and like finally meet his eyes.
The same crystalline blue, the flames licking his long moving nose, and cast in shadow. You can barely make out his form, the way he's standing.
And she's gonna say, what does an apology sound like again? I'm sorry? No, that's not good enough.
That's good enough.
No, it's not. It's a celestial being. I'm sorry, it's for humans. Okay, I can do this, Sophia. You can do this. I'm sorry that I was such a disappointment. I will work harder so that it never happens again. And then I'm gonna look down. And Sophia's gonna throw up in the mouth.
But you did it. And now Melancholy doing
I hear the electricity in the background. It took you long enough.
You hear no electricity. You don't even hear him breathing. Says, and finally you hear this deep voice. A familiar voice. One that so often brought comfort and now stings. And it's not disappointment that you see in my eyes. And it's concern.
I feel like this is gonna sting worse than disappointment here in a second.
Yeah, it was just like in form flailing.
Thrashing.
Thrashing. Okay.
Concerned. You will let yourself down. Concerned that you will become the thing you fear the most.
My entire body shudders. I'm just like,
Concerned that you will never see the value in yourself because you're too caught up in the moment. You've made a similar promise before. You see him kneel and crouch, eyes not leaving you. He's staring at you with curiosity, but you do see that concern. Why do you let yourself give in? What is so tempting? Where does this lust for blood stem from? Let me help you. And I'm here to help guide, to lead. But I cannot control the path you tread. And this is indeed what you desire.
let's see. It's kind of gets angry, I guess. Really. Sophia doesn't have enough brain cells to think this deeply.
Well,
I'm trying to think. It's just, I think, well, let's see. It's just when I get angry, or I just get too caught up and I'm not thinking the way that I usually can. And I just don't control myself the way I should. And I don't know if it's
because that's who I am, because it's not who I want to be, or if it's because I tried to be something I wasn't for my brother until, I don't know, it was too late. But that's not what I want.
That's all. Something to think of.
Painting was a pensive look on his face. It's difficult to pull yourself from the moment and leans forward. It's difficult to separate yourself from your natural instincts. You have such a fire and a passion for protecting others, for seeking out information, the truth. As you have been lied to, as you have been deceived, and you would go to any lengths to prevent this from happening. To allow that passion to cloud your judgment. You allow that passion to sweep you away and become the thing you fear the most, ultimately achieving your goal at a cost. Passion is a wonderful thing. Desire helps drive us. A dedication to the truth. Is the soul of true civilization, to not be fed on lies and deceit. You inhale again. It takes effort. It takes strength of character. It takes strength of will, of mind, of body. Every essence, every fiber of your being. You must have control over it. Because our instincts, if we give in to them, are far stronger than anything arcane in this world. Tapping into it is good, and you should utilize that strength in your direst moments. And do not lose yourself. You're too valuable as yourself. You mean too much already to so many people to lose yourself to this red vision, this uncontrollable urge. You can see now there's not disappointment, there's a longing to help. But even he is struggling with trying to find some kind of answer, some kind of permanent fix, some kind of solution. Ultimately, you see in his eyes that the only answer that he can come up with is that you must be able to control yourself. And that the only answer resides within you, and you're the only one who can control this. I am not disappointed. I wish I could do more. And perhaps that is why you've turned to her.
Damn. More burns. I can't take much more damage.
Where's the looks?
personality like that before.
He's trying to help.
Yeah, well, he helped, and then I was feeling good, and then he hit me with like a Eldritch blast in the face. It do what it do. Can't do anything right. It do what it do. I don't even know what to
She
say.
is far stronger than I could be. I pull my strength from her. There's only so much strength I possess. And I'm
Like
sorry.
he's literally saying that I'm calling him weak, and I am
I'm
going
sorry
to stop myself.
that I could not do that for you. I took on this challenge
Is he
in
breaking
hopes
up?
to help you, to help guide you. My mind has been adrift. And there are concerns in many parts of the land that have pulled me from helping you. What can I do?
The weight on my chest is holding me down. It's just like this light knot in the throat. It's like I'm choking on it.
I'm just kind of like look up at him. And
I want to say something like nice and like helpful. Like it's like it's not that like he's not
helping me. I just feel like I'm not doing enough to be better. I guess. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like, I just don't feel like I'm doing enough to be enough to achieve my goals.
But what can I do to help you? To make up for my shortcomings in your training?
He glances down. Elder blast. Oh my god. Oh god. This is so painful. I don't, you know, I'm like, oof.
It's like I'm not. Like, he's been doing enough. I just don't know how to, like, express that in, like, a.
But like nothing like a. You've been doing enough. It's just my fault because I'm not paying enough attention. Apparently.
His eyes.
Let's see. Okay, well, okay. And I'll say that. I'll be like, you have been doing enough. Just your guidance when you just now saying what you have to me, it helps me realize my own shortcomings, and it helps me focus more on what I need to focus on. That sounds dumb. So that I can be stronger.
And that's, no, sort of, not really what I want to say, but I can't really in my brain. I think it's like this.
Then I'm not doing enough. If you feel like you have
yikes.
shortcomings, it should be from an external source, not from within. If you feel like you are failing yourself, it's because I have not taught you correctly.
Or I'm just.
Did he ever give you anything?
No. Nothing. No. Dan, did Malik ever give me anything?
Yeah, he's talked to you a whole bunch.
No, like give me something. Like a thing.
A thing?
I don't know, that was her question. She said,
That's what I was.
what if they
You have your
don't think-
abilities because
Yeah.
of him.
Like, that's what I do. He gives me, like, powers. He gives me greater. That's what he gave me. That's my thing. I get the giant obsidian and the wolf, but, like, a little one.
Yeah, he's talked to you a lot. He's tried to answer your questions.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who helped bring Bay kind of to the forefront of your mind.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have happened by myself. At all. You know. Confidence. Let's see. Where did we just leave off? Because now I'm blank.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Hey, it's okay.
I'm saying it's because of his shortcomings. And that if you feel like you're falling short, it's because he hasn't trained you properly.
And I guess to counter that, they'll just say, or maybe I'm not being a good enough student.
I don't know what to say.
It seems like we can both learn from each other then, doesn't it?
And I just nod.
Yes.
There's always training to be had, and he gets up. Come along.
Okay.
Come along. What do you want to work on? He's keeping a brisk pace.
Does it jog a little bit? DM really quickly. So like I never really like wrote down anything that I trained with Malik. So like, what the fuck do we do together? Cause like sometimes we just kind of chit chat a little bit.
Sometimes you talk, sometimes you meditate. Usually you've just went to him for answers, went to him with questions. You've never really done any physical training with him. This is an open invitation, is the sense that you're getting of you can ask any training of him in this moment and he is going to do what he can.
Oof.
As he's
Okay.
walking forward, this same ethereal archway forms. That same silvery platform made of vines forms as he steps onto it. It's solid mat. As he walks, you can now see the greatness of his form.
It's probably so awesome.
Massive wolf.
It's so cool. So do you think I should like try to fight him and like get me super angry so that I can control myself back down to myself? Maybe?
She's not there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what I'm kind of feeling. Maybe if he can get me like super angry and I can like try to control myself, I guess.
But they did that and it didn't work.
What do you mean?
Weren't you angry with Faye?
I'm like, yeah, no, but she never really got me angry enough to where I was gonna like rip people's throats out. Like I'm talking get me angry.
He spins around. What do you want to work on?
Controlling my anger.
Gonna just fucking no bite me. He's gonna watch.
He looks at you quizzically. Controlling your anger. Jump right to the heart of the matter, I see. It means pacing.
No use beating around the bush, and I'm gonna follow him with my body, but I'm gonna like
Be aware of what's around me, because I never know.
And then you look at him. What makes you angry? The fact that you were not strong enough to break free of that creature's jaws. The fact that you were unable to find your sword in a moment of need and relied on a simple necklace, a dagger around your neck.
It's like my necklace. I thought it was clever.
He's pacing back and forth, and you can see in his eyes they're hollow insults,
but he's trying to make me angry.
but he's doing what he can to provoke you. He's trying to figure out what's the triggering point, what is making you mad, what is bringing forth that rage, that anger.
I mean, that made me a little mad, but that's not enough.
He lunges forward. I need you to make a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw.
shit.
Whoops. Whoop, there it is.
24.
24. You only take.
Only take. No matter what you roll, you can take damage.
You take 5 points of damage as he, like a shadow, lunges forward and nips at your shoulder. You feel his teeth grind into your shoulder quickly.
I don't even get away at all.
He was aiming for your torso.
Yeah, well, I guess it's good.
Oh, he was emulating the.
Damn.
As his jaws snap into your form, you look and you can feel bruises. You can almost see blood, even in this ethereal form. You're like, oh no.
I don't want to die here.
As he whips around onto your other side and he vanishes into the shadows.
Ooh, there's not very good perception checks in this place.
You begin hearing that same voice.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my dagger out.
You thought Bay was your only concern.
Pale a little bit.
I realize that now we have not actually faced in combat.
Pale a little more.
I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
Try and see through.
Wherever he's gonna bite me, he's gonna get me.
What'd you roll?
A 1.
So did I.
Oh, I get the plus dexterity. I get a plus 5. So 6. How many does he have? Probably 7.
It's actually 8, but you know it's fine.
No!
You look down at your own shadow as he leaps up from your shadow. Just. You can now see the gleaming white teeth. His eyes still silvery blue, but there's this burning red directly in the center as he.
I kinda like it.
Kinda like it. If I wasn't facing it.
And he goes to lunge and rolls an attack on your body. That would be a 22.
He takes my head off.
Come.
He reaches down and latches his jaws once again around your torso and lifts you up into the air. What do you do? You take 6 points of damage.
He's going to easy on these ones. He can kill me in one bite.
You get that sense. You feel
Yeah, I feel that sense a lot.
of his breath on your body, and you can.
So I do have my necklace.
You have
Okay,
it
so
out.
are either of my arms like pinned in his mouth? I assume.
It's a very similar position that you were in before.
Did that on purpose?
Yeah. Probably. Which arm, my bracer or my hook arm, is trapped? My hook's on this side. My dagger's on my right side.
Do you have your bracers in this place?
I always sleep. I sleep with my arm and my braces on now. I'd never take it off, cause I ain't getting that shit fucked up again. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that kind. So,
Just because you sleep in your armor doesn't necessarily mean it comes with you.
well, I guess it's gonna be a spell for me. What do you, Sophia? I don't know, Sophia.
He has you there in his jaws. You
Okay,
feel his breath. It is not foul. It's refreshing.
It probably smells pretty good.
How did they do that?
I don't know. What's fairy fire? Question.
It lets you see invisible things and gives you advantage.
So it's fucking
on
useless.
hits.
Okay. Lets me see invisible things, you say?
Yes.
We'll keep that in mind for a minute. Is Hellish Rebuke and Arms of Hadar range attacks? I think Hellish Rebuke is, but Arms of Hadar might
Rebuke is a
be.
reaction.
Okay, so maybe not that one.
I think you can do it as a reaction.
And technically, wouldn't that be a reaction to getting chomped on?
You say Hunger of Hadar?
Arms. Arms.
Oh, arms.
It's in the A's.
So Hellish Rebuke is one reaction.
Okay.
And,
This man's armor is about to be like 24.
Probably something close to that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
strength saving throw. Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
I'll do that. Darkness envelop. Darkness.
Okay. You take a second and you reach out your hand and you kind of slap it against his nose, and you watch as the shadow cascades down his body and forms around his torso as these thin, tendrily black arms just try and whip around him. He has to make a strength saving throw against what now?
I don't know. What is it about? What is it?
It's your spell save DC.
13. Then.
He does make it. Go ahead and roll damage though.
Oh. No. Oh wait, what do I use? I don't have it written down. 2d6 necrotic damage. Okay, let me write that down real quick actually. 2d6. I'll get this little guy out. It's 2d6. Which one's that?
No, normal looking
Okay,
guys.
that's what I thought. But they roll it twice?
Yes.
I'm so good at use of this year. 4. 3.
So he takes 4 points of damage as he leaps up into the air, taking you with him. There's this moment of
I like
complete
to fly.
wastelessness as he lands and you just hear him snarl
Shit. The bombs.
as he tosses you to the ground and he's waiting down. He's crouched waiting.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna step forward into like I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna run towards him. I don't really got much else to do. So I'm gonna run towards him and I'm going to okay, so I'm going to run forward and I'm gonna like swing. I don't really, it's so stupid because it never works. Well. I'm just swing it and I'm gonna try to like wrap it around his jaws because his neck's probably way too big. Way too big. So I'm gonna try to wrap it around his jaws.
He's very tall.
Okay. I'm gonna wrap it around his leg and try to pull it out from
You have to
underneath
get
him.
very close. And
It do what it do.
you get close and you may roll to that hit.
I don't think it's a 10.
No, you try and whip it around and you catch. And you realize all of a sudden the chain for what you're trying to do. I'm trying to knock his leg out.
Sure.
There's not enough chain to get that nice whip effect.
Okay.
You just watch him look at you
Yeah. I need
as he
some
goes to just lay on you and crush you with his shoulder. Oh.
This is so hard. He's so big. Who the fuck fights
18?
this man? That's it. If it's above 14, it's gonna kill me. Okay.
He body slams you. You are now pressed in a mass of thick black fur. It's pretty big, so.
He's
that's-
pretty fucking big.
That's 10 plus his strength modifier, so well,
What's his strength modifier?
it's like plus 6, so you take 16 points of damage as he's just kind of
Are you
tries to
dead?
lay and crush you.
Not yet, but almost. I mean, look.
He kind of crushes you into the ground and essentially has you grappled under his weight.
God, this is gonna hurt in the morning.
You can see his eye looking at you, that same red around his eye, the flames.
Okay,
Raging by his
it
face.
is time to try to get the wings out because I'm not big enough to get him. They're gonna fly away. I don't know. Gonna do some fly attacks. I don't know, something.
Right.
Okay.
He begins focusing, concentrating on this.
And all I can think about is how I need to be stronger and I need to be more in control and I need to be able to focus on my goals.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I will. 14.
14, you begin concentrating, focusing, you begin feeling that energy burn at your shoulders. He grinds into you. You can.
Doesn't feel very good.
Doesn't cause damage, but you feel the wind tightening.
I still have some broken
He
ribs. Be
says-
careful.
What does he say?
He's just looking at you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He's like, you haven't ripped my throat out yet. You angry?
That's just mean. I don't do that on the daily.
Okay, I saw it in chibi form. It's like everything's black and white. That was just mean! I saw like she's just still underneath her. Sorry.
This like really intense. His eyes just looking down.
And that's literally what they sound like underneath them. Okay, I just don't know how this, like, blood curse stuff really works yet, so I'm just not comfortable using it. I'm gonna continue to focus on my wings and I'm gonna get to my wings and then I'm gonna do it. And I need both. Okay. I do that. And I can't remember my mantra.
What the fuck is that? Was that us or was that just you?
Oh, that's just me.
Okay, this is you being weird? Because I got scared.
She
It sounded like
lost
Black
it.
Thunder or something.
She thought that she became one of them.
I'm waiting. I'm actually going to think of not the last time I used my wings, but the time before when I was with Bae. And that feeling.
That like slight look in her eye when I was like really focusing and she almost looked proud of me.
You missed your perception check on that, if I remember correctly.
No, that was when it was like when I was flying I missed my perception check on her.
Oh, okay. This is the other perception.
This is the other
Okay,
one.
okay.
I made one, but they didn't get both of them.
Yeah, okay. I thought that was the one you were referring to. Okay.
No, I didn't get that. You didn't tell me what she looked like then.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about just like how, like, for an instant, she looked proud of me. And, like, that's what I want. Like, I want to make people proud and, like, you know.
Feel safe, I
Yeah,
guess.
so there was some saving through.
I need to do intelligence because it's higher in my dexterity, but I don't know what to do with those. Oh, well, I'm the shit. I'm 19, 11, 12, 13.
You're feeling that energy just pulse. Pulse. You feel the blood in your ears. You begin ringing
Intelligence, something super
as
smart.
he gets up and he's now over top of you. And he goes to make another bite.
Okay.
Just, okay. That hits.
Yeah, I figured they would.
Oh, you're only dealt 7 points of damage.
Slowly going out the consciousness.
Are you going unconscious?
Not yet, almost. Pretty fucking close.
His jaws this time, as he presses against one, he grabs at your leg, dwarfed in this moment. It seems like he keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're just,
So he's pretty close to me. Like, I could stab him in the face.
you could.
Is that going to break my concentration?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay, well, I'm gonna try one more. No, I'm gonna try one more time. Okay. Nothing about intelligence or dexterity. And I'm just gonna say I will not fail them again.
Make a charisma saving throw.
That's even fucking worse. It all fades.
What is it?
It's a 1, Madison. When it all fades, it's a 1. Everything fades, it's a 1.
Seeing him crouched above you, pinning you to the ground, you just feel that energy starting to dissipate. You're at a loss in that moment.
Can't do it. Okay. I'm about to try something else if he doesn't rip me to pieces.
He's holding his position. He's waiting for you to do something.
I'm gonna stab him in the nose. That's all I got.
Stab him in the nose.
With my dagger. That's
Go
it.
ahead. Roll
Okay.
CPM.
12.
Misses.
Okay.
Whips back. In that moment, you see the red fade. And he steps off. His form seems to shrink slightly. He's just pacing around.
I just feel defeated
You're not
inside.
channeling your rage.
I can't get angry at you.
He goes close to you, and he presses his muzzle against your shoulder where he bit you, and you feel the healing process just pour into you. He says, "Sometimes reflection is better than combat."
I read this whole situation way wrong.
I don't say that that's out loud. I say that in my mind.
I'm like, okay, well,
And I'll say, then I'll reflect.
You are strong of heart, strong of character, strong of personality. Don't let them control
Let who control me?
you. Your instincts. You can see him sit back for a moment and say, "You saw my instincts."
I kicked him a butt.
Nods. And in that moment, I was able to control them. You must bring yourself to the brink of lashing out and hurting in the most terrible way possible. And in that moment, you must release. You must let go. You must not give in.
These words are so big. It's like a weight off of me.
I just kind of like nod, and I'm just kind of like,
A little dazed. Because it's a lot to take in. But I just kind of like,
He steps up
Repeating
and
it
he's
over in
like,
my
"I
head."
am proud of you.
I look down.
You've come so far. You've tried hard every day. And yet it is the days that cloud that we remember the most.
the days of failure.
Think of your training. Think of the discipline you've learned. Apply that. Embody that. I believe in you.
And I kind of like do this to myself. I'm just kind of like, thank you.
But don't look at me. I can't.
As he kind of looks and stuff. You must keep yourself in check, though. Otherwise, other forces will start to take note of you. And none of them are as kind as I am. And you start to see everything begin to fade as you are coming back to consciousness.
And I just say thank you one last time.
You wake up,
Not feeling very refreshed.
not as refreshed as you wanted to be. Nora, you're the one who took second watch, correct?
Yes.
Zoom came over at some point and shook your shoulder.
Okay. Nice.
And smiles and he kind of looks and points and it points to Talavin.
Yes. I'm good to go then. We'll be fine.
Kind of nervously kind of looks and he gives you a little bop on the shoulder. Just like that little close fist and then he feels wrong, so he just kind of open hand and gives you a couple pats and gives you a nod.
I did the same thing. Just make it. I just kind of hand on shoulder and like get some sleep. And I go
And he
take a watch.
curls around the bundled fabric. Make a perception check.
11.
11. Sitting there looking around, and it's quiet. There are no sounds of bugs, no sounds of.
I don't like
Anything
swamps that
peculiar.
don't have mosquitoes. It's just creepy.
I don't notice anything particular. You eventually wake your cousin. And Talavin, make a perception check for me.
Stupid piece of shit. 18.
18.
And it's better than what I was rolling the entire time I was fucking mad. Like,
okay. I was like, why are you?
because it was like rolling like 6s and 3s and 2s and 1s.
It was getting nowhere.
You sit back against one of the trees and you kind of not really sure how to process your internal feelings possibly at the moment as you're thinking. And you look left, looking right, you don't hear anything, you don't see anything. Seems to be nothing in the immediate vicinity.
I missed something. I can feel it now.
In the immediate vicinity.
Okay, well,
We got a really high perception.
well, there are not enough for whoever's out there. Alright, well. I won't wake anybody up, but like when it starts to get time to get up, I'll like maybe put some more of the deer on and some. That's all.
You all come to consciousness after a long rest. It's a little bit warmer this morning. It's not quite as chilled as it has been, although you wake up and still see traces of your breath as you exhale. You all gather up your things, prepare yourselves, gather your weapons, take a moment, have breakfast. Is there anything else you do to prepare?
Not right now. No. I'm good. Anything else you do?
No, I don't have anything.
No, that's cool.
Onward. Into the woods you go.
Okay.
You're pressing forward.
I'm gonna be actively watching that will get me closer.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
I'm gonna be passively perceptioning.
I don't see
Watching.
anything.
Because it's way higher.
It's an 8.
Absolutely nothing. 8. You're not stepping in the puddles,
That's trash.
which is a lot better than yesterday.
Okay, I'm gonna do perception too.
Sure.
16 before it was a tainted 20.
Oh, tainted 20.
Tainted 20!
Tainted 20.
At least one of us were.
You take a moment and look left, look right, trying to glean any information. You look backwards. You don't see anything behind you, and you see Zoom kind of stop up ahead. Kind of looks over into the points. And with your tainted 20 and his kind of additional help, you see a very familiar form.
It's a giant crocodile that's even bigger